Welcome back to the News at 10. Still talking politics, and politicians have been advised to desist from employing violence as a means of harassment at campaigns and elections, as this will only succeed in driving the country's democracy into the ground. This message was passed by the governor of Edo State, Oshiomhole, at a town hall meeting in the state capital today, where he also called on youth to shun the advances of politicians seeking to use them for their selfish purposes, but rather ensure that they cast their votes for those that they believe can positively transform the nation.
As governor of this state, at every opportunity, I have appealed to our people that we should work hard to win the votes and not procure arms to intimidate the electorate. If democracy is about survival of the physical fittest, people like me have no chance. I have approached and campaigned to our people that all we need to do to win vote is not to continue with the old primitive criminal tradition of sourcing money to buy weapons, to arm young people, to intimidate, to maim, and to kill. And by the special grace of God, I am here today as the governor of this state, not courtesy of God-building roots, but courtesy of the votes casted freely in my favor by the good people of this state.
Welcome to Business News. Women have been advised to step up and go for leadership positions in both the business and political arena. This was the focus of discussion at the maiden Women Conference of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Some notable female leaders at the forum also called for easier access of women to political positions as well. There are indications that the Petroleum Industry Bill will pass through a third reading, as it's expected to be presented at the House of Representatives this week. Chairman, House Committee on the Downstream Sector, Dakuko Peterside, reiterated this at this year's 8th edition of the Oil Trading and Logistic Expo. OTL brings together leading operators in the downstream oil and gas sector to discuss industry challenges and prospects. Our correspondent, Olu Phillips, reports.
It's another time in the year when operators in the downstream petroleum sector gather in one space to examine emerging opportunities, review existing operations, and engender industry solutions. Proudly in its 8th edition, Oil Trading and Logistics OTL Africa Downstream Expo is that platform.
The OTL Expo has grown over the years. It is still growing, and all is down to the commitments and determination of industry operators to grow this industry. Our intention is to make business happen efficiently and for good value.
New oil finds, incessant government interventions, divestment of oil assets, and most recently, falling price of crude are factors that can affect operations.
In Nigeria, the sector requires about $20 billion annually to support the oil and gas industry activities. Private sector participation is crucial to attracting additional funding at all levels. The federal government of Nigeria is committed to institutionalizing an appropriate policy framework to foster investment and competition.
We have institutionalized, among others, the introduction of 212 inspection system. That is 2 for arrival, 1 for discharge, and 2 for truck out. Total ban on cargo procure for floating storages in the West African coast.
Dynamic times call for news tightening.
We've been saying to the Ministry of Finance, there's no justification why you should owe these importers. The reason is simple. The benchmark of crude is $77.5. Crude has not fallen below $90 per barrel. And so there's absolutely no justification. The future of petroleum product supply, which is the theme of this year's event, will be clearer. And indeed, it's becoming clearer from the statements which we've heard here today and the commitments which have been made by private sector operators.
Nigeria is Africa's hub for downstream operations, and that puts at the doorstep of these operators the burden to innovate, grow the sector, and consequently add value to the economy. That's what OTL organizers hope to achieve. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
That's it on Business News. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Welcome to Sports News. I'm Darren Tony Ranta. For the 18th time, FIFA has issued a deadline on Friday, October the 31st, for Nigeria to resolve the lingering leadership tussle rocking its football. The World Football Governing Body ruled that their Major Pinnock-led NFF board be reinstated and that the court case which nullified the September 30th elections into the NFF be withdrawn. FIFA threatened that if the current situation is not normalized before noon on Friday, Nigeria risks a lengthy suspension from international football until its next Congress in May 2015. And 4 days after announcing the names of candidates for the FIFA Women's World Player of the Year award, World Football Governing Body has unveiled 23 players that will battle for the 2014 FIFA Ballon d'Or. Usual suspects, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, are once again among the contenders, with Ronaldo's Real Madrid dominating the list, along with Bayern Munich with 6 players each. Ronaldo is joined by Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, Toni Kroos, Sergio Ramos and James Rodriguez, while Messi's Barcelona teammates Andres Iniesta, Javier Mascherano and Neymar also make the list. Chelsea's Thibaut Courtois, Diego Costa and Eden Hazard were also nominated. Manchester City's Yaya Toure and Manchester United's Angel Di Maria are the only other Premier League players to feature. A short list of 3 players will be announced on the 1st of December. The family of South African national team goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa has fixed Saturday this week for his burial ceremony. This was made public during a visit to his family in Umlazi by Orlando Pirates chairman Irvin Koza and other members of the club. Meyiwa was killed on Sunday after he was shot in his girlfriend's house during a robbery attack. And that's it on Sports News for tonight. I'm Darren Tony Ranta, and now to you back to the rest.
The international community continues to be urged to do more to contain the Ebola virus disease ravaging through countries in West Africa. The vote is coming from the World Bank President, Jim Young Kim, who wants at least 5,000 medical personnel to make their way to the country as soon as possible. His comments were made during a visit to the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa, where he accompanied the UN Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and the AU Commission Chairperson, Dr. Nkosana Dlamini Zuma. He said he hoped healthcare workers would understand that when they took their oaths to become a healthcare worker, it was precisely for moments like this. Mr. Ban said the transmission rates of the disease in West Africa have continued to outstrip the pace of international response. And the main news again. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, today put an end to speculations about his political future and announced his defection to the All Progressives Congress from the People's Democratic Party. The People's Democratic Party has asked the Speaker of the House to vacate his seat following his defection to the APC. And Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso has joined the 2015 presidential race and declared to run on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ibani.